Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. Had a great weekend and a great Monday. So I'm feeling guided to talk about something. I'm really not wanting to do this, but like always, I know it's for the betterment of humanity. Every time I don't think something's gonna, work or help somebody, I get awesome responses that just show me exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's pretty cool. You never know, what somebody else might need to hear, so why not? So I guess lately, in the news and stuff, you're starting to hear about all kinds of different things. I know now and I guess this has been out for a while. It's new to me because I try not to look at the news too much, but just whenever I feel guided, I will, and kind of just keep updated of what's going on and stuff, and how it matches the things that I'm receiving from my inner downloads or whatever. But anyways, so I guess there's been another, sexual abuse scandal with, I think Tara Reid or somebody. And anytime something comes out like this, it kind of really, it's interesting to see and hear what, people's responses are towards that type of a issue. Just because I know firsthand what it feels like to go through stuff like that. Really shows you, what your friends' perspectives are, or what your family's is, or, even just people at the dinner table. Maybe if you're out and about, with a group of people and people are gossiping or whatever, just really shows you where everybody's at, with those type of subjects. And it's not always easy to sit there and listen. So I just feel like the more people speak up about their situations, the better people kind of understand how things go and how it works, and maybe it'll help people, talk about it a little bit easier, or just understand it as a whole. So, sorry if I start crying. I can already feel myself getting upset, but I'm gonna just try to go with the flow. I don't know what I'll be guided to say, but here we go. So, my first experience regarding, I guess, sexual abuse, if you want to call it, which I do, because I had no idea how much it really could affect me, was when, I think I was maybe like 14 or 15, and this is the earliest that I can remember that was a major event. Obviously, there was stuff in grade school, little boys and, all that stuff where, you're trying to figure everything out. But this was, like, traumatic, I guess. Which, again, I didn't understand how much it could affect me until, like, last year. And I'm 31 now. Anyway, so I remember being in my best friend's basement at the time, hanging out, and she had more of one of those cool parents that allowed people to come over, or we just kind of, being teenagers, young kids, snuck them in through the basement, anyways, I remember hanging around, and some of her friends came over, and were trying to hit on us or whatever, I guess, flirt, and I had said no to somebody, and doing the right thing, you're taught, say no, say it no so they know, but and then next thing I know, I feel a cigarette burning on my arm. He had taken his cigarette and tried to put it out on me on my arm, and I remember just being like, what the just happened? I have no idea. Like, it just shook me. You're all of a sudden hanging out, having a good time, and then, you say, no, I'm not interested, and then you get burnt by a cigarette, and at a young age, you have no idea, it's just so confusing, and like I said, I never honestly understood how much that affected me until actually, this was 2 years ago, when I was doing a crystal healing energy session. I had no idea what that even was. I was kind of into spiritual stuff, but not really deep. I didn't really research a whole lot. I just like to play with, fun little gems and, talk about a little bit here and there, But, so I went there, and during that, she went through each chakra, and if you know, through each chakra are different energy stations on your body that, have different feelings and emotions and different things, and she got to my solar plexus, which is, that area, and a little bit above, and that is a lot for creativity and your sexual energy and your, just reproduction. It's all kinds of different things, and like I said, I didn't really know a lot about it back then, but she got there and was doing her thing. I was like, what am I supposed to be feeling? Because I didn't feel anything for my root chakra, which is right, below that. And I was like, what is this? I'm laying on this table with rocks around me and on me and stuff, and she's doing her thing. And then all of a sudden, I'm just slapped in the face with that memory. And I just started bawling, and I literally felt like I was going to fly off that table because I was shaking so hard, and I felt like there was just so much coming out of me that I had no idea even affected me. Like I said, she had lined the table with clear quartz and I think black tourmaline, and she said she's never had to do that where it was one after the other. She said that was kind of like a barrier, and like I said, she's never had to do that, she said. And I know why. I literally, like I said, felt like I was about to fly off that table. I was clenching my fists, I was shaking, crying, sobbing, trying to hold it back, but I couldn't. It was so powerful. And then after, she let me relax and stuff, and I calmed down, and then she kept doing her thing, moving to the other chakras. And there was a couple other things that happened where I was just like, I didn't realize that kind of stuff, affected me. Something so simple, right? And some other things I knew did affect me, and I was like, oh, let's release that. I'm over that, whatever. So then I took away from that, and I was like, wow, that memory, why did that just slap me in the face like that, And I've never forgotten that. And then last year, when I was doing a lot of my own mental wound energy healing myself, I started realizing how it really affected me, how it spiderwebbed into other situations, how some people like to say, put myself in certain situations to deserve these things. Some people say, maybe I woke up, or maybe I wanted it. Things like that. Anyway, so, another time, that led me into, things like, staying at a friend's house and, we were young and we were drinking, having some drinks, and I fell asleep. And then next thing you know, your best guy friend, who you thought at the time was your best guy friend, who was like your brother, you wake up to him unbuttoning your pants, and you just don't even understand what's going on. Why is this happening? Why is he doing this to me? I thought we were friends, and I'm sleeping. And you get scared. You just don't know what to do. You're not prepped for this. They don't teach you this in school. And most parents don't talk to you about this kind of stuff. What to do in those situations. A lot of times you think back and, if this ever happens again, I'm going to punch him and, I'm going to fight. But in reality, a lot of times it's like you're in just such shock that you don't even know how to react properly. And so you just keep playing like you're asleep, and they keep going, and you're like, what is happening? This is my best guy friend, and so you have to, somehow get out of there. And I think I remember, waking up and being like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and running away, and then hiding upstairs and sleeping somewhere. It's just, I don't know, there's just so much to it, you guys. So then you keep getting all this mistrust from people you think you can trust. So then who do you feel like you can really go to? Do you really think another time, you're 23, and you're out for a friend's birthday, and you stay at a hotel. Everybody's got to, stay in a hotel room, because it was cheap, to do that back then. We didn't have money, so you had to go in on one hotel room, so there was people on the floor or whatever. And I remember being 3 deep in a bed with my friend, her brother, and me, and they were like family to me. And I guess I went to bed early, and they still were partying. I woke up in the early morning to feeling some random hand in my pants. I looked over, and this person's sleeping on the floor that I had never seen in my entire life before. I don't know where he came from. So when I, woke up, they took their hand back and acted like they were sleeping. And of course, you tell somebody and they say, oh, well, were you, maybe you were moaning in your sleep. Maybe you wanted it. because they didn't want to cause a confrontation with this person. So everybody wakes up and nothing acts like nothing's happened, and you go about your day. Or you go home and don't know what to tell you. They don't know, they've never been through this situation. So you're left alone to cry by yourself. Or maybe you're with somebody you trusted again, and you had a little bit much to drink, and you tell them, and you pass out, and they force themselves on you. And you wake up periodically during and say stop or no, but pass out again because you drank too much. Who do you tell that to? When people tell you, you put yourself in these positions, you deserve it. Yeah, I was drinking, just like everybody does. That doesn't make it okay. There's other instances that, being at the club and somebody falls into you and they grab you, oh, my bad. Just things like that, and again, it's like you think right now, if anybody ever fucking tries to do that again to me, I'm gonna bash their head. No. Like, you think that, you want to, say you can handle yourself, but you know what? Sometimes, again, when it happens, you're in so much shock that this is actually happening, and, you freeze. You don't know what to do. And if you do something, do you get hurt for it? Will they hurt you? Will they go harder? Will they, tell your friends that you're a slut? That you're a whore? Because you said no and there's just so much to it, you guys. And I know I hear people talk about, she changed the story after so many years. Well, again, sometimes you don't know what to say to people because you don't want them to judge you or to give, to make you look bad, or to not believe you, or say you deserved it or whatever. So you might say a little bit truth, or you touching the water, putting your foot in the water, or you may not say anything at all until you actually learn to deal with it, and you can actually come out about it. There's not many people that know everything that I've been through. It is very hard to talk about, especially because I've been through many verbally abusive boyfriends who, love to throw those names around, like slut, whore, all those names. So it's like, when I talk about this stuff, it's, it brings up that kind of memory, that past. Is anybody gonna ever be able to love me being tampered with, or whatever you want to call it, if I'm not perfect or whatever, like, I don't want to tell people about that kind of stuff. I don't want, to look damaged or, like, gross or whatever. I don't know what guys think. I don't know. But, it's just thoughts that go in your head, or, the friends or the family, and what they're going to say. It's really hard to talk about stuff that you had no control over. And you can sit here and say I did. That's fine. But I hope, that you understand not everybody has the strength in every moment that you and that there can be a spiderweb effect from just one little thing that can cause you to be in situations. And maybe, I did drink a little bit to, like, mask the pain and the fear, and and that's what we did. That's what all kids do. I feel like a lot of them do. And you lose all ability, your balance of your mind to say no to things, and and to know what's right from wrong in those situations. But if we don't teach each other how to heal from this kind of stuff, these are long-lasting effects. I mean, like I said, a lot of that stuff happened to me when I was very, a lot younger. And here I am, still, like, upset about it, and still having a hard time talking about it. So when you see these stories in the media, I just want you to know, like, just try not to judge so hard. Try not to judge at all. It's come from a neutral or a loving, understanding side of things, because you don't know what all they've been through. Even if they have only shared one story, that doesn't mean it's it. There's some things that I've blocked out that I'm sure will come up, and I'll have to work on. But these are just some of the things that I've already had to work on that I can remember, and that I feel okay sharing with right now. But like I said, again, you don't know everybody's whole story. You don't know the spiderweb effect that can create from even the tiniest little story, or just the tiniest little event. Just be kind to people. Be open to hearing without judgment. And forgive people. this world's rough. It's hard. And we all are on different timelines. We have all different experiences, all different belief systems. And, so my life is not going to be the same as yours. My standards are not the same as yours. And the more we understand that, the more we can take judgment out and take a step back and look at each other for who they are in each moment. And then when you're willing to work on this stuff, for those that, may have been through their own sexual abuse and trauma, harassment, whatever you want to classify each situation into, if you really want to start working on that healing, I know the way I'm starting to do, or I've started to do it, was a lot of forgiveness and a lot of love. I even had one of my sexual abusers, come back into my life and trying to be flirty and fun with me and tell me, try to, act like nothing ever happened. And I shut that down. I stayed neutral, though, in a loving spot, but it had boundaries, and I stood my ground, and I said, that is not allowed. There's no flirting here. I will be here as a friend, because I do forgive him. We were very young, and I know people change. I know I've changed. And, nobody wants to hold on to that their whole life. There's so much power in forgiveness and awareness and love. You can change. You can become better if you really want to. And so that's why I want to hold space for anybody that really wants to, because like I said, I've changed. And I try to better myself every day, and so I'm hoping other people can do that. And if you give them the opportunity to do that, hopefully they'll take it. So yeah, lots and lots of forgiveness work, love work, and like I said, there's energy healing, clearing that these different sessions you can do, where if you're not really sure what's keeping you stuck, it'll help bring some of that stuff to light. Like I said, I had no idea how that could have affected me like it did, where it just spiderwebbed into situations where I didn't say no, or I didn't fight back, or I drank a little too much because, fuck it, I'm just gonna get drunk and not even know what's going on because this shit's gonna happen anyways, type of thing. Or, I'm not being protected, so, by my friends or whoever, or my own, guy friends, the guys, no honorable men around me to help me, and say that that's wrong or whatever. I'll just drink my life away and I won't remember a thing. I'll black out. Because that's what happens, when you drink, when you party. It's just part of life, right? And then, you drink later, and anger that comes out that you've been suppressing, and, you're a hot mess. You can't control your shit. You can't control your emotions. So people think you're just this hot mess express. So I don't know. I hope that helps somebody. If not, it's helping me, I hope. I don't know if I'll post this or not. I'm gonna re-listen to it and see if I feel okay sharing. So I'm being told I can do. Because I don't have to do anything against my will. But I do want to follow what I'm being guided to share. Because like I said at the beginning, I know how it's affected other people in other videos, and so I'm hoping this will help bring a little light to somebody, and maybe more than just somebody. Maybe you can help your daughters, your sons, help yourself, so we can clean up this world and make it better for the future. So have a good one.